Hello, welcome to my channel. The time now is November the 26th, Tuesday, 7:18 p.m. My topic today is about the national anthem and the American flag and who wrote the say can you see his name was Francis Scott Key. He was a lawyer from Baltimore. And before I do anything else, I must give praises to the Most High and all the other celestial beings out there. And my Pueblo village in New Mexico, I give the praises to all the Pueblo Indians that need stoves in New Mexico. I have a GoFundMe page for them. As my brothers, my Lakota brothers say, Many Machone, water is life. Without water, you can't do anything. Now, my topic today is about this flag. And like when immigrants come here, they think they come to something great, like the flag mean all these things, but it don't. I'm not a patriot. I respect people. I know a lot of people died fighting, but I'm not patriotic to the flag because when I watched the guy talk, Francis, the narrator talking about Francis Scott Key, yeah, he probably could have been a good person, but we don't know. We wasn't back there, and the flag wasn't for everybody. It wasn't for people of color. And so it certainly was for no Indian color. I'm gonna tell you a little story about them. Like there's another guy I watch his channel. He's real cool. He's married to a European descent lady, and he always that song always come on. The boys are back in town. So I wanted to talk to him too. I already knew this stuff. My mother taught me that. My mother did come from an Indian reservation. Not saying you got to be on a reservation, be an Indian. You got an Indian been born on a reservation, and they still an indigenous person. When he said he didn't know that Indians owned slaves, but it wasn't in the way he think. When the Indians, they didn't even consider them slaves because they was part of the family. They treated them so good. They said the African American didn't want to leave. They had a chance to leave, but they stayed with them. They protected them from other white oppressors. See, that's what some people don't seem to think to know. They think the Indians took slave, even though he said the Indians didn't want to abolished slavery after the slaves was set free. No, they got so attached to them. I wanted to clear that up because they certainly didn't get treated right by white people. And this American flag that everybody think is great, it's not. When it says, you know, those that flag is for the 12 colonies first that they made up, and they became states later. The flag was really only for white Americans. I mean, so-called white Americans, they weren't the true ones either. That's why I hear white people on the news and stuff and on YouTube go back to your own country. Well, you came over here, your ancestors came over through on a Mayflower and ships. So how the hell you think you got in this country? You the biggest fraud of them all. Because all this stuff you see is hypocrisy. Like, um, how you gonna make somebody a citizen of this country and you wasn't a citizen to begin with. This land was stolen. And I'm gonna tell you something about the American flag. That flag killed a lot of indigenous people for no reason. So that's why I don't understand why people hold it so highly. They'll forget all about the indigenous people. It was an Indian. I can't remember his name. I gotta ask my wife. Um, he was hungry and he stole a cow to feed his family. That's all the United States Army wanted an excuse to do what they did, and they raided their village and slaughtered everybody. They killed pregnant women, children, grandmothers, everybody. They were just shooting and killing people. They killed about 800 people that day, probably more than that, and stuff like that. And you think I'm gonna salute this flag? And then they became states. All the states that you see is stolen. Stole first, they make them. It was 12 colonies, I think it was, of white. It wasn't for no Indian or black man. That's why I don't understand why people hold this flag so highly. This flag just slaughtered some Indians for no reason. They were just riot in their village and they burn up everything. Same thing they did with the Pequots and stuff like that. I tell people all immigrants come to Ellis Island, but only one thing I have a problem with some immigrants, um, they all want a Cumberland to get in the house because you know why? Because they were letting illegal immigrants come in this country so they can get the vote. How the hell are you gonna bring all these people in this country? And they already trying to take over some parts of New York. And they said the gangs is fighting them, the Bloods and Crips. They're not gonna let that happen. You know, I don't condone what they do, but you just can't come over here and try to make our country a third world country. And they always letting all these people come to the country. I know why they did that because they wanted to vote. Cumberland don't care about nothing, and I don't care what nobody says. Even if her mother, she don't consider herself black. East Indians got black in them, so she's still that under their rule. And she wanted to kill babies. And I keep telling people to go look at this channel. The lady that she did that to, her name is Peoples. Her daughter had, I think, sickle cell. She was about 10 at the time. Now her daughter, I think, is 27, something like that, or 20. She got something instated like a law, like when children stay out of school, and the guy said she was just arresting black single mother with children and stuff like that. So they said if the child stay out of school, it was a law. She actually got that passed, and they would lock up the parents. But this lady didn't have no excuse. Her daughter was sick. She can't help but she gets sick, and the school know about it. So I guess they used to send her work home, and the doctors knew, and so she sent cops to this lady's house and arrested her. And she said around to her, "Oh no, we never arrested nobody. You wanted this lady for president?" All she do is laugh all the time and stuff like that. But that's all I got to say on that subject. Her name is Miss People. You think I'm lying? Y'all think so highly of Kamala Harris? She locked this lady up, and she did that to a football player too. I can't think of his name. And they said she had the evidence to clear this man, but she didn't really want to come into the courtroom for some reason. He was a pro football player. He said she left. I think he did 8 or 9 years, and when he got out of prison, they found out he wasn't in it. Because those those kids that be studying to be lawyers in them college, they opened his case back up, and there was so many holes in the story. It wasn't funny. And when they cleared him, he got out of jail. He wanted to come to Harris, give him an apology. She wouldn't have given one. So y'all wanted this lady for president. So like the flag, I know what the flag is about. It's not for nothing. Because if it was like the land, the home of the free and the brave, and nobody would have never owned slaves. So it's not true. The song and I don't know Francis Scott background. I just know that he wrote that song for the national for that flag and stuff like that. And somebody always told me that it's really a banner. Uh, I don't even think you're supposed to hang that from buildings and stuff. That's what I wanted to say um, about that. And people always think that they know everything and they don't. You had to do research. I already knew this stuff. My mother told me that years ago. About the flag. And I respect my uncle fought in the war, in World War II. He said he didn't even give a damn about the flag. He just did it for a paycheck in them times. But that was the 40s. Fought in World War II. He passed away last year. I believe he was 103 and stuff like that. He the one told me all that stuff about them pigeons, not real birds and all that stuff. But that's for another story. But getting back to what I'm saying, people been brainwashed so much. Y'all just blend right in with these holidays, stuff like that. Um, all these holidays is Europe. And there's something else I got to say. Um, you know why when women get married, right? They have a bouquet of flowers. You know why? Because in back in Europe, when people get married hundreds of years ago, they didn't believe that the Europeans only took a bath 2 times out of a year. So they used to put when a woman got married, they used to give her flowers to kill the scent, because they would stink. And y'all gotta know to call other people from other countries stink. Look, I think they went the whole year without taking baths. They took a bath one time, I think, in the summertime, and they wore these big things on their hair, on top of their head too, because their hair had lice, and they didn't want nobody to see the lice. That's real foul, but that's now you understand why women today y'all doing European culture, y'all studying European culture, don't even know it, y'all, because that's that white mentality. Women, every woman in America when they get married, y'all always have a bouquet of flowers. Now you know. You think I'm lying? Look it up. Now you know why they had people give flowers to. You know how when they get married, they throw the flowers over and let somebody catch them. That because everybody was stink, so they gave you flowers to make it smell good. Now, that's why they kept had flowers. Everybody kept to have that tradition today. Roses. You celebrating something you don't even know what it's about. There's like a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody like Latino lays out right. There's like Latinos, a lot of them they like some Jamaicans, they think they know everything, that they can't never be wrong about nothing. That's how them frauders is. That's why I don't like them. I can't stand them. They all foreign. If you pretend that you don't like cops, why the hell you always go where they at harassing them? That is harassment. That's why the other guy channel got taken down. But that's all I got to say now. And look him up, Francis Scott Key. He was a lawyer from Baltimore. He the one wrote the song for the, oh, say, can you see? And everything in America uh, is not bad, but you got a lot of evil here. So when y'all celebrate all these holidays, you making it stay here. Birthdays are cursed too. Like I said before, when you celebrate your birthday and you say happy birthday, it's a chant. You making yourself get older every year because you celebrate this wickedness. And like I said in school, everything is evil because when they teach you in school, like when you in the first grade or the kindergarten, I think now they on some level they teach a little for spelling, but first grade, they say, okay, we're gonna teach you how to spell. They really teaching you how to cast spells, spelling, spell. See, spell. That's why I told my son, don't wish harm on nobody, because that's you creating a spell. You only gotta take it's evil all around you, and the ears is open. Demons' ears open. They hear everything you saying. That's how they know they know all about your family. Just like God, they know everything too. But it was knowing is wicked and evil, and y'all fall right into the clutches of evil and stuff like that. Like it takes two or three people to cast a spell. They don't even know what they're doing. Like one star, I don't like this guy. I hope something happened to him. The other person, yeah, well, I don't like him either. You creating a spell and it goes around the universe. When the universe hear that, they'll make something happen. Sometimes it backfire. It can happen to you. If you wishing something down on another person, it's gonna backfire and come back to you. Everybody said everything that history repeat itself. But that's enough of what I had to say. So this story is about Francis Scott Key and about the American flag that you never heard the story before. And I know the story, but to understand it more, you have to look at this guy's channel. I can't think of his name. They say they'll tell you the story of the American flag, what it stands for, and everything like that. Christmas is another holiday I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, you can give thanks. Why you gotta wait once a year? You can give thanks every day for the 300 some days in a year. All you gotta do is say, I give thanks for waking up and I'm still alive. I give thanks for going to the hospital. The doctor said I'm okay. I give thanks to my family. I give thanks for people around the world. I just give thanks to everybody. Every animal that's living, I give thanks. Animals here first, so you're supposed to treat them with respect. Give an animal trying to kill you like a cat or something like that, but don't go where they at. That's why they come in your neighborhood. Like all them people did all that stuff last year in Massachusetts. They killed all them coyotes. They were just looking for food and they had to round them up. There was thousands of babies they had to find. And it's a lady in California. They had to come. Massachusetts, a small state. They had to send them to California. This lady owns a big farm, so Surrey and coyotes could be mothers to them. That's why you Indians always leave food for an animal. They don't eat it all and stuff like that. So that's all I got to say right now. Thank you, Donadal, Wado, Jawish. I'm not saying that OCO, everybody run that into the ground. Everybody think he's a goddamn Cherokee, and they not. All right, that's it for now. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I hope to talk to y'all again soon. Good night.